Today we're working on animal prints. So for the top tier, I'm going to have it be a combination of giraffe print and tiger print. So we'll start with the giraffe. I'm just going to roll out some of this sort of khaki color fondant. We've got it rolled pretty thin. Now I'm going to set that aside. If your fondant dries out really fast, you might want to cover that with some plastic wrap. Then I'm going to roll out some darker brown fondant here. And I have rolled the darker brown really, really thin. Then I'm going to take just an X-Acto and I'm going to cut out random shapes, but giraffe print has like straight edges. It's not like cow print. Cow print is more, I don't know if you can see my nails, wiggly. So I'm going to do more straight cuts. All right, so I have my pieces cut out, and then I'm going to take a damp paper towel. I'm going to rub the surface of my khaki color fondant, just enough to get the surface a little bit tacky, not really like sopping wet or anything. And then the fun part is I'm just going to start laying out my pieces in sort of a puzzle kind of pattern. I don't want too much space in between. So we have it all covered. Some are overlapping, that's fine, or hanging over the edge. Now I'm just going to pat this down, and then I'm going to roll it out. And the point of rolling it out is I'm trying to get the brown, the dark brown on the top more flat and flush with the background. And I mainly do that just because I like the look better. Okay, so now I'm just going to cover this with plastic wrap and set it aside while I work on the tiger print. And then we're going to combine the two for the top tier. So for the tiger print, I have some sort of marbly burnt orange colors, and then I've got some lighter versions of that, and then some white. So I'm just going to take them together. And I'm going to stretch it out a bit. I'm just making sort of a marble. I think that's good enough. Okay, and then we're going to roll that out. All right, then the same thing, I'm going to rub the surface with the damp paper towel. And then I have black fondant here, and I'm just going to break off little pieces and roll them between my fingers. The tiger is probably the most time consuming. All right, and then I'm just going to start laying them across. It could be different thicknesses all the way through. But what I noticed on the tiger print is in the center, there's some thicker pieces. And then longer pieces sort of radiate out from the center. So you can stop right here and roll this out, same as we did the giraffe. But I'm going to try a little something different with the tiger print. I'm going to put it on this little piece of parchment and pop it into the microwave just for like 10 seconds or so, just till it's soft, and then we'll move to the next step. Okay, so I have it out of the microwave. And I'm just taking a toothpick and I'm going to smash down some of the stripes just to give it a little texture before I roll it out. My particular brand, I'm using Fantasia fondant. It can be microwaved and remain workable. I don't think all fondants do that. So if your fondant doesn't, then I would suggest you just roll it out at the last stage. This is a little bit of an experiment just to see. So it might be better if you just roll it out. So we shall see. Okay, so now let's just roll it out. I'm just quickly going to drag my toothpick through just for some more texture. If you follow my channel, you know I just like to mess around and see what happens. So I don't know how much of a difference this is making, but it's fun to see. So you could always have just left it without any texture at all. We are going to do sort of a half and half cake. So let's rub the tiger a little bit with the water. And then let's put the giraffe over. I'm going to push it down. You know, I really want it to stick together. Okay, now let's put it onto the cake. Okay, so I'm going to quickly trim off the excess. You can keep this, use it for little decorations for cupcakes, like cut little circle toppers out of the scraps, or use it to cut out letters for a name or a number. But I just want to get the excess weight off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather it, go like that. and sort of press it down. Then I just like to smooth it out with my paddles. And a really thin piece of acetate really helps smooth out the surface of fondant too, just by rubbing it on there. Okay, so then we're going to move to the top tier, which is going to be zebra and leopard print. Next up, we are going to make the leopard print, which is a fun one because we get to make a cane. So I have this sort of camel tannish color, and I'm going to roll it out into a rope. And then I've got some black, and I'm also going to roll that into a rope, skinnier rope. Doesn't have to be uniform in size. Actually, probably better if it isn't. Then I'm going to take my damp paper towel. I'm just going to rub the surface of my tan rope. And then I'm going to take sections of the black and place it on top. In different areas. And then I'm going to roll that out. And then when I slice it, you can see that it's like a tan circle with some black spots. You can eat, I think I'm going to go back in and add a little bit more black just so some of these are a little bit wider. Like, say I put another one close to this one. Okay, so we have those, and we're going to roll out the background. I have a lighter tan color for the background. Then I'm going to slice up my canes in different thicknesses. That'll give me different size spots. And I can also choose from different areas so that the spots will be a little different from one another. Okay, then we're going to rub the surface of this fondant with the paper towel. Okay, then I'm going to take my little canes that I made, and I'm just going to smush them down. Press them in. You're also going to want just spots of black in there as well. Okay, now let's roll that flush. I think I'm going to add a little texture to this one too. Okay, then I'm going to cover this and set it aside while we do the zebra print. We're just going to start off by rolling our white. Okay, then we're going to take black ropes and we are going to place it all around the fondant, but thicker than the ones we made for the tiger stripes. I'm also going to have them radiating out from a center point up here. Sometimes it helps to go in with a smaller rolling pin when you're really trying to focus on areas that you want to blend together. So now I want to marry the leopard and the zebra together. So I'm going to overlap the leopard on top of the zebra just because it's a darker color. If I had the white on top of the brown, you would see the brown through the white a little more easily. So let's do that. So I like to get the sides down smooth, like this whole side of the leopard, this whole side of the zebra, and then deal with how they're going to come together at the end. Now let's just trim the excess. Okay, then I'm going to just trim the leopard roughly. So I like this for the front. And then we're working with dummy cakes here, so it's easy for me to lift up. Have it like that. Stripes on both sides, or maybe it's better like this. Stripes on opposite sides. Or they don't even have to line up right there. No, I think it's better like this. And when I'm stacking dummy cakes, I'll put a skewer through the top that goes into both of these. You can put a little royal icing in between the layers or just some buttercream